I mean, everyone has problems. No one's perfect. Regardless of what you guys see on social media or on YouTube or whatever, that's not the real
relationship.
Real thing. Today's video is about how to be in a relationship and a distance relationship in specific. A lot of you guys have been asking questions about how to do it and how we keep it up. So we're here to answer those questions and kind of talk about that.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, this video's, it's gonna be real. Like we're gonna show you the real.
Yeah. So it's always been distant.
Gotta go into that when it started. I was living in Utah, she was in California. And then I moved to California for a few months, but we were still 2 hours away. And then shortly after that, we moved to college, which was in Arkansas and Georgia, so still about a 10-hour drive away. So this last almost year and a half has been all distance.
I mean, we were hanging out over the summer a lot, and then that was awesome. It was great. We really didn't know what we were getting into. And then college hit. The first month was fine. Like, we were a little busy doing schoolwork. Like, we kept up. Like, we always FaceTimed, always talk on the phone, always texting. Then once we started training, you could tell, like, it was getting more difficult. But, like, it was still, like, easy for us. But it was still getting hard to communicate all the time. When he was in class, I wasn't. When I was in class, he wasn't. So it was, like, we couldn't text that often. The only real time we could talk was, like, at night, after our tutoring sessions or after dinner or something.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult because we're on 2 different schedules. So like she said, we're always doing 2 different things. And then especially when you throw training, school, homework, tutoring, the amount of sleep you get in there, it's just, you don't get enough.
And your me time, like,
is slim in college because you're so worn out, especially with athletics and stuff. So just having enough time for somebody else and being able to, you know, show enough attention to each other and, you know, be there for all their needs can be extremely difficult, especially when you're like tired and worn out. Like, we're always tired, so.
And we're really irritable.
Yeah.
When we were tired.
At times, yeah.
So.
It's easy to get mad about, you know, the little stupid things that really don't matter.
We had some big fights, not gonna lie.
We've had ourselves duking it out, yeah.
Really good ups.
We always come back. So I mean, usually this is how most fights start. I don't know, maybe you guys can agree with this, but it usually starts on something small, and then it just blows up for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, and usually what we do, we'll get in a fight.
Luckily, for distance.
Yeah, some space, right? We'll get in a fight, and then it's usually at nighttime because that's when I get really sensitive. And you know, at first I kept pushing this thing, like, I need to fix this, and we would get in a fight, and then I would like call Tara like over and over again, just like trying to fix it, and that would just piss her off more, and it didn't work. And now we've gotten to the point where we've learned that it's best a lot of the times to just
stop,
say okay, like, chill out, go to sleep on it, come back the next day, and then try to work it out when you're in the right state of mind. And
it's either like
relax.
Either stop talking or just like break, like just
chill out.
Chill. Like, yeah. Stop texting, stop talking, like, relax.
And it doesn't have to be some like
5-day no
ego
talk to
thing,
you.
Yeah, and be like, fine, whatever, I'll talk to you whenever. It's just gotta be like, listen, we're both in a bad spot right now. Let's take a break. We'll be back and we'll figure this out. And having that attitude is a lot better, because then when you start going back and forth at each other, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
So that's something we learned to do fairly quickly. The other thing is, it's extremely important to know, is that if you guys are in a distance relationship, the times we fight is when we're together for a long time and we're used to having each other around all the time and having like each other's full attention, and then we go away from each other for a while.
Yeah, that.
Because you're together, you're used to being, you know, their full attention, you're always around each other, and then you go away
and like, you only text, you don't really call, because like, yeah, you're doing other stuff. And then when you say like, okay, we're going back into college right now, we're gonna start school, we're not gonna be able to text 24/7.
Yeah.
And we're both gonna get irritated if one of us doesn't respond.
So yeah, it seems like, you know, they're pushing you away or whatever, which is not the case. It's just the fact that you're both on 2 different schedules, and you have to learn to adapt to the fact that you're no longer together.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed enough where we get to see each other pretty often. Last year we got to see each other every like 2 weeks to a month, depending on our track schedule or whatever.
And then track started.
Yeah, and then it got really busy and we weren't able to see each other as much.
Track meets we saw each other.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very tough depending on the timing. And then communication, I think, the thing that has kept us together and kept us going is just communication.
Yeah, and trust. Like I have some issues like that I've dealt with for a long time, but I don't really trust people. And Hunter's made me like trust him. Like he's made me realize what trust is. And sometimes, I mean, like I get sus and get skeptical, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're talking to someone, like just like, you know what
she goes crazy
girls think or what guys think or like what anyone thinks about like when they're in a relationship. But it's just what happens, like when you're in a relationship you can't just think of all the best, like you have to think of the bad too.
Yeah, and with trust, like one of those things is when I understand that like maybe things have happened in the past where it's harder for Tara to trust people, so when she gets like that, it's okay for me to say like, listen, she knows my social media is like, here, go through it, like you do whatever you gotta do to make sure that you know you can be in the right state of mind, and then we figure those things out. So communication, just like talking through things, because I mean everyone has problems, no one's perfect, regardless of what you guys see on social media or on YouTube or whatever. That's not the real thing.
And no one is in a relationship. If you're that happy and you never fight, then there's something wrong.
There's something wrong. And the reason like you don't see that on social media is because no one, I don't think anybody wants to, you know, see the problems people go through. Like, you know, we don't want
like, do you want us to see, like, you want to see our fights, like you want to see what we fight about?
Yeah.
And then when you see it, you're gonna be like, that's the littlest thing to ever fight about. Like, why are you guys fighting about that?
Yeah. So it's just all I'm saying is what you guys see on social media is not the reality of how things are. So if you guys are in a relationship and you're like, oh my gosh, my relationship's not that, like I'm not always that perfect. Like everyone fights. Like we fight. I'm annoying. I'm not always a sweetheart. She's not always a sweetheart. Like things happen. We clash heads every once in a while.
He's really annoying.
So it's okay, and that's fine. Like that's how relationships go. So it's just about working it out. And if it's worth it, and if you love a person that much, like I love this girl right here more than.
Ew.
Stop. I love Tara more than anything. Okay, so to me, any like trouble or hardship we go through is absolutely worth it in the long run. So it's not a big deal, you know. It's just about giving each other some space, and you know, finding out what really matters again.
Confirmation's a big thing. Like, if you don't tell the person like that you're still into them, or like that you still, like, I guess, love them, it's gonna be really confusing, and that's another way to start fights. Like, you don't like me, like you don't really love me like that. Like, confirmation is huge in a relationship.
Yeah, that's what happened at the start. Is I've always been like a super soft person, so like I'm always like touchy, I love you, ooey gooey kind of thing. And Tara at the start was very closed off, so she would stay away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm still like
there a little bit.
Not
she's getting better.
Like that. Like, I'm not sure why. I don't have a soul. I have a black heart. I'm not sure, but I'm not really an emotional person. Like, I won't be like, oh, lovey-dovey. Like, I don't know. It's just not me.
Yeah.
He can handle it. Like,
yeah.
but like,
it's just something you have to figure out. I mean, you have to figure each other out. I mean, two different people, and you know, after a certain amount of time in relationships, that whole like silhouette of everything's perfect and good goes away, and you start to see the real people, and you start to see how a relationship really works, and then you learn from those mistakes or whatever it is, and you get better.
Ooh, like the lovey-dovey thing, since we're so far apart, he doesn't really get the feeling of like lovey-dovey. Like, I'll say I love you, but like I won't like go on a rant of how much I love him. Like,
I'm looking for some Shakespeare kind of stuff.
Like, he knows that I love him. Like, I'm never gonna do anything to hurt him, but like, you have to realize like this person's not this way, but this person is, you know? Like,
and you'll learn that in time. It's just gonna take time to learn, and we're getting.
He learned it immediately.
Yeah, we're getting so much better. Like if you look at us, you know, when we started college to a year later now, like we're so much better at, you know, figuring things out and communicating. And the other thing is when you guys can let each other know what your schedule is. So if you got a busy day, say, hey, I have a busy day. I'm doing this. I'm not good at it. And so they know that you're not going to be texting them all day. You're not going to be calling them all day. And I had to learn that too, because I would just kind of go about my day and I wouldn't text her for 3 hours.
Never text me.
Sorry, I was taking a test and going to a tutor and this and that and the other.
And I was like, why couldn't you just tell me that? Like, it's such an easy text.
So these easy things, you just have to kind of figure these things out. Let each other know what you're doing, where you're at. And it's not a crazy thing, like every second, like, hey, I'm doing this. But
it's like, if you're not going to be at your phone, or if you're not going to be able to respond, just like let that person know.
Easy text. Hey, I'm going to be
in the class. I can't text in this
busy
class.
all day. I'll text you when I can. I love you. Heart emoji.
Heart.
And then when you guys see each other, like, give each other a little bit of space, because when we see each other after a long time,
he wants to be like, oh, I love you. Oh, and I'm just like, ew, get off. Like,
the first day.
It's because, like,
the first day, Tar doesn't like being touched.
No one touches me. Like, you know, like, you're not being touched by another guy. And I don't know for anyone else, but I'm just like, ew, like, this is weird. Don't touch me. But then, like,
after the first day,
like, the first day or like a couple of hours, I'm
won't
like,
get off me. Yeah.
Hello.
So just make sure you guys understand how you work and give each other space and
space is much
communicate a lot. So
as you can tell, space is needed.
Yes. But if you're going to a distance relationship, the number one thing you gotta know is it's not gonna be easy, and there's gonna be hard times, and you have to be willing to work through those.
I broke up with Hunter. I didn't like Hunter. I just used him.
I'm putting that in.
No!
Just like the last video, if you guys have any extra questions or things, you can either ask in the comments, or our Instagram links are in the bio. And we would love to answer the questions
in the boo.
the best we can. You guys enjoy your relationships, have lots of love for each other. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Hey, don't kiss anyone when they don't brush their teeth in the morning.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment letting us know how we're doing.
Thanks, Len, for watching. She called me funny. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn that notification bell on.
As always, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace!
Why do you keep hitting me in the head?
Because I want to do Finn Noggin Dude.
Oh, ow, my wrist is messed up too.
No, Finn.
Finn Noggin Dude.